beautiful here. It ain't perfect, but everything.
Welcome back to Moonlight Sisters. I'm Michelle,
I'm Angie.
and today we are, as always, going to be talking some shit.
Talking Smith.
Yeah, Smith. There you go.
Talking Smith.
Okay.
I'm high, sorry. I'm high already.
Same.
Okay, so how was your week? Recap.
Not the best, as we've discussed, but I made it through. This next week is another week.
We made it through.
Yeah, we made it through.
Yes, we did.
That deserves to be said.
Yeah.
Still here.
Also, what we were talking about, guys not talking about depression. The weird shit happened this week.
Okay.
Well, this weekend.
Okay, I'll let you take the mic. I'm going to turn mine off.
What was it? Okay, so one of my friends in LA, and he's a guy, he put a post and shit that I had seen on TikTok. And, I was like, yeah, that's me. And then it was about depression and shit. And I reached out to him, and sure enough, he was on depression and trying to, end it. So I gave him a pep talk and stuff like that. Oh, and by the way, September is suicide prevention month. So it's, obviously very important as a survivor.
Yes.
So, just saying, check up on your people. So I gave him advice. I gave him a pep talk, and it's crazy because it's true what we said, that check up, like, hey, how are you goes a long way.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. He's all like, man, Angie, I wish that, people knew what I was going through, and just a simple, I'm not going to say his name, but he was like, just a simple, hey, how are you? So. Or a hug.
Yeah.
I'm like, down.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. I was like, okay. In my mind, I was like, we just talked about this.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, just check up on your people.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave him a pep talk. He has a daughter. I gave him a pep talk. I let him know what's up. And I was like, hey, And then the next day, I checked up on him. And I asked him, I was like, did the pep talk that I gave you, did it work a little bit? He's all like, yeah, it worked a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, now I know that I need to check up on you, because I didn't know what the fuck you were going
Yeah,
through.
you
Because,
didn't know.
But a simple, like, what I reached out to him helped him out a lot. So I'm like, okay, now I have you under my wing. Now I have to check up on you here and
On
there.
your radar. Yeah.
So I know how that feels, and I told him what I went through and stuff like that, and it wasn't worth it. So he kind of knows what's up. So I just told him, I was like, reach out. Yeah. I really don't care. Just reach out if you need somebody to talk to. It's okay
absolutely.
to cry. And I'm pretty sure he was crying, because we were on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, it's okay to cry. Let it out. Like, like, let it out. It's okay. Like, just be, like, you don't have to fucking show anybody that you're strong, because nobody is.
Right.
And if you supposedly you are, then you're acting, because that's bullshit. So that is bullshit. So I told him, I was like, it's okay to cry, just do you. And I was like, damn, not a lot of guys fucking tell you your emotions.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah.
Or have that space made for them.
Yeah.
To do that.
But for him to do that and come to me, knowing the way that, well, back in the day, how I was, like, crazy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But he knew that I never would judge him for all that shit.
Yeah.
So he opened up. So I'm like, that's great. You opened up to me now. Like, that I'm going to cherish that forever.
Yeah.
Cherish it. So that's good.
Yeah, that's a blessing. Look at you go.
I know. I'm being a mentor.
Mm-hmm. How does it feel?
Feels great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually made me feel great. So.
Yeah.
Be cool.
That's dope.
That's crazy, because that same day at night, I was having an anxiety attack and a depression attack. So I couldn't sleep.
Oh.
I think it was the same day.
That night
At Farmer's Market. Because of what had happened there. So I was like, my emotions were everywhere. So that day, my anxiety and shit, because I was thinking and shit too fucking much. And I hate, because I'm an overthinker. So obviously I smoked weed to calm me down and whatever. And I was going through my Instagram, I saw a story, and boom. I was like, it was for a reason that I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
So
it was for a reason that you were up, and you got to be the one to make space. Yeah.
To tell him all that shit, because, he was tired of it. And I think I opened up his eyes and shit. So hopefully I did. We'll see. Hopefully.
You
Hopefully
help.
we're doing
You help
okay.
just be a little light in a dark moment.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
I think. Hold on.
Is it? Yeah. Was I?
I was taking
Shit.
everything. I was taking all your space. We were good, I think.
I gotta get
So,
used
yeah.
to sitting like this. Like we
Or,
gotta.
or just make it a little bit more like sideways. But yeah,
Yeah, let me do it.
like a little bit like how I am sideways. There we go.
There we go. Okay. Okay.
So that way we can.
Okay. Is it too much on me now?
No, you're good. So, yeah, it was for a reason.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I got that pep talk.
Yeah, you
With
get
one
to
of my friends. Yeah, my
to be there,
guy
reciprocate,
friends.
especially in a scenario that you have so much knowledge of being in that space. Definitely.
Yeah. I know.
Good for you, girl. Good for
I
you.
know. I'm changing lives now.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't
Advocacy
you?
work.
I know. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
I could see you in that realm.
And that
Like-
route.
Yeah, the advocacy nonprofit kind of world. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, we got
That
this.
would be
We're
dope.
gonna do it here.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to start a fucking shelter and shit here in town, like, for real. And I want it in, like, one of those old houses. Like, did you ever used to watch Charmed as a kid? About the white girls that are witches? I used to love that show. Me and my sisters all did. And there's 4 of us, and there's, like, technically 4 sisters in that show. But they had this badass home that was, like, those old Victorian, really ornate houses. That's what I want. I want to have, like, I don't know if a hostel of sorts, but that is a shelter, you know, and I want to have, like, a few of them, because I think it's important to have them be houses. I don't know if you've ever been in, like, shelters when it's
No.
like a group home of sorts. It's just uncomfortable, you know, but especially here in town, because now I think of, like, if I were to have to go into a shelter now in my life now, like, Michael wouldn't be able to come with me. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, if your kid's over, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's
That is
11 years
some
old.
dumb
If you have a
shit.
son that's over 11, you have to find a different spot for them to stay, or they go to the men's shelter.
That's
an
insane.
entirely different fucking shelter.
That's
Yeah, I know that you can't have teenage boys with you, though. They don't allow that. So there's, like, this huge gap in who's able to get care, or, like, group, any kind of, not group homes, but any kind of shelter that misses women with teenage kids. And I've known so many guys that was their life, where they did grow up having to go in and out of shelters and stuff, and they had that experience of not being able to stay with their mom, so they stay with friends. Even worse, they did go to a men's home, and, you know, just being other places without their
And
mom.
that's how they
Sexual abuse
Get-
happen.
yeah.
Right. So it's like this huge cycle, but it's insane. I know 2 of the shelters I've been at in the past had that rule. And even then, I was just, like, it was just in my mind, like, oh my God, when Michael turns 11, you know, he's obviously going to be the first one. He's going to be the deciding factor at that point, if we ever need it again. And yeah, that's
you
the
ain't gonna
target.
need it again.
I'm not going to fucking need it again, God willing, but it's just a trip, you know, like, and you don't even know about it unless you have to be about it. So that is my goal. I want to be in the nonprofit. I want to be in the advocacy, and I want to do it here in Visalia, because God knows this fucking place. You've had experiences with it too,
With
right?
what?
Here in town, of being on the homeless sector. So
I had, yeah.
yeah, and you said you got the vouchers for hotels. So,
yeah, I did.
yeah, but that's, like, such a short term solution, and I was in the fucking actual shelters here, so it's like a big weird house. It's like got, like, max security pretty much, and just really weird vibes. And they say that they'll put you in with housing and stuff like that, but even, like, we don't even have low income housing here. Like, this place is scarce as fuck. So it is, like, a fear of mine of, like, oh my God, if I have to go back to a shelter, you know, like, we're fucked. We're actually fucked here in town. I'd have to go to the coast and stay hella heads deep. You know, like I just have to inconvenience somebody else if that ever happened. And it's a trip. The city does not, this county, this area of California, all of California, doesn't give a fuck about people that are homeless. And there's limited resources for that. And it's a damn fucking shame. So I want to attack it. And I want to do it non-denominational. Like, I'm not going to pressure I don't want, unless they have their own religions, you know, I'm not going to force a damn thing down their throat. It's literally just a safe space. Just a safe space for you and your family to exist while you get through a low fucking point in your life until you reach the uphill. You know what I mean? Or the downhill. Like, shit's got to start getting easier. It's just a halfway point safe space. You know? Because this, God knows this fucking state needs tons of those. Jesus Christ.
Random thought. Have you seen Halloween Town?
Yeah. I grew up.
Okay. This town reminds me of it.
This town?
Hello.
Oh my God.
Right?
That's amazing. I can't wait for this to go up because that is an amazing thought. I agree. We've got the creepy history to match. For sure. Like,
I
Vice
wonder
is
if
a
there's
trip.
an underground town down here.
Girl, if it can happen in LA and Vegas, yeah. And there is the tunnels down here. Supposedly,
Can we go under?
No, they don't let anybody under. You gotta like know somebody that owns one of the buildings that has it. This bitch knows all about that shit. Unfortunately, you know, like
I should fucking Google this town and see what's up.
girl. Okay,
Research
I'll
it.
share some. My neighbor Tony did her. I don't know if I should plug her, but I guess I will anyways. I think it's Rose of Sharon on YouTube, and she's got a bunch of shit about Visalia occultism, the cults that did live here, girl, all kinds of shit. Actually, right by my house, the way you take home, I think you take
by
St.
Vallarta.
John's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, St. John's is a trail here in town, and that trail, which I don't know, I'm sure you don't know, homeless populations live on the site. It's like a river.
Yeah.
And it's dried up right now, but back in the day, I don't know how regulated it is now, but I know there's tons of homeless people that live over there and stay over there and shit. And when you go on St. John's Path, when you look at it, the way that the pavement, like the walkways and stuff are, they align with, like, on some occult fucking shit. They align with longitude and latitude degrees. They follow this certain path, certain math that's like half, it's got like roots in Sumerian. Like, you see this shit, you see these architecture in, what's the big one? Oh my God. What is the Freemasons. Do you know anything about them?
No, girl.
Freemasons are one of the oldest cults in the United States. They run our government. Everybody, girl, if I had a dollar bill right now, I could show you. There's Freemason symbolism in it everywhere. You know, like a dollar has those designs. It's designed that way for a reason. And all the symbols, like the triangle, the eye, all of that is Freemason, but like the eye goes back to Egypt. Illuminati, yes. So it ties into all the shit. Well, St. John's follows this math.
I just said Illuminati and shit start happening. Yeah. Hell no. That's crazy. Give me a second.
And we back.
Okay.
So, yeah, so this trail, we'll have to go to it sometime. And it's supposed to be like, if you're ever about like energy portals or stuff like that. A lot of people say when they go to the pyramids that are in South America and Egypt and stuff that it's like this feeling overwhelms you, or like some people describe it as like ethereal, or you're just vibrating higher. Like the atoms in your body, you're just vibrating higher. I wouldn't say you vibrate higher here at St. James or St. John's, but I will say that it has like a huge population of homeless people. So why is that? Like what? And it has weird shit happen over there. So,
Like what weird?
like some bad shit can happen over there, and like back in the day, it used to be a trail used to like kill slaves, and like just weird shit has happened along this bank. And it used to be Native Americans that populated this. Well, obviously colonization happened, and after that, it just kept happening. It happened to the Japanese, I forgot, migrants that were prisoners here. They are actually the reason why, I believe it was the Japanese, they're the reason why the underground tunnels exist, because they were not allowed to walk on the streets of Visalia. So, when the city was, this is also one of the oldest cities in California. Visalia was one of the first ones to be
Where the fuck
established.
did I end up at?
For real, girl. But see, that's like all of California, though. California has deep, deep history that's like documented, because people gravitated to San Francisco in this 1800. People's goal throughout all of history was to just keep going west. That's why Lewis and Clark, like everybody wanted to explore the Wild West. The more land that the U.S. purchased. Yeah, Lewis and Clark, they're explorers, the United States explorers from...
I say that, right?
Yeah, I know why. We're not going to touch on that. We can't touch on that yet. But, yeah, so it just goes into, like, so much history. And actually, when you walk St. John's, there's some pieces that aren't fully constructed, but they had to be on that grid. So where they're placed, it's like, why the fuck would this be here? This isn't even completing the mandala or anything like that. It's like a half mandala with the pathway going right through it, so it's a little bit more than just artistic creativity coming through, because of Visalia's history, and because of Visalia's history with occultism. Obviously they've dabbled in the bad shit of slavery, and like everything has happened here. Ku Klux Klan, Proud Boys is still a heavy presence here. I don't know if you know, but at the Black Lives Matter protest here in town, this was one of the towns where people got run over because some fucking crazed person ran through the Visalia crowd, and like...
And let me guess, he was white.
Yeah, or like just colonized mind, I don't know what his race was, because that also happened in like Slow, where I was at the time of George Floyd protests. But it just shows, like, I feel like when you have people bold enough in that city to run somebody over and shit, that the presence of the Ku Klux Klan, really, but they've watered it down to Proud Boys now, but you see that they still have deep, deep ties. Like, your city is not free of this shit. They exist. They're meeting up just like all the other fucking, whether you're revolutionists or not, like, it's insane. It's fucking insane.
I haven't.
But girl, you came from LA. You were right next to the Scientologists.
Good thing I haven't experienced knock on wood, because I will literally just
Cover dud, yeah.
Yeah, bro, I don't give a fuck. I'm throwing hands.
Bro, even in Clovis, she who shall not be named, blonde at the other location, yeah. This bitch, we were talking about the fires, like the wildfires happening, and I've got family up north in El Dorado County, which is where one of the fires is burning, and I was watching it on the news station that's playing all day, and I was just like, oh shit, like that fire is like really close to my people. I've got people up there. And the last fire last year displaced them. Their house didn't get ruined, but now there's another fire this year. So they're being hit by it 2 years in a row, you know what I mean? So I just made the comment like, oh shit, I've got people up there. I should reach out, you know what I mean? Yeah. And she was like, oh, do they have Indians up there? And then she was like, oh, is that offensive? And I was like, well, yeah, bitch, because we usually say natives. You hear me, I'm native. Natives don't play like that. Like, how many comments do I make in a day referencing my culture and my background of just being like, natives don't do that. Like, bitch, it's natives. Like, you did that. I don't know why you did that just to be fucking like just to get that reaction. You know what I mean?
For a reason.
Yeah, but that shit, I can't even lie. Like, when she said it, too, like, I should be used to this. I lived in Nebraska, you know, and that's where I really encountered racism against natives and, like, heard the stereotypes against us and shit, and people adamantly believing it, you know? So it just, like, took me back. When she said Indians, I was just like, bitch, what? Like, what did you just say? Doth thou ears deceive me? Like, you really just said that.
I should have told her, oh, yeah, redneck. Of course.
Yeah. You know, I think I made a comment about,
Redneck.
you know, you know, but yeah, it took me back. I was like, if that ain't the bitch of colonization, like,
You
oh
should
my
have been
God.
like, yeah, the people that fucking landed it.
Girl, I just told her it was,
that you guys robbed.
that I was like, yeah, that is offensive. You know, I say native, you know, and then I was like, how many times do I say Native American or like just native? You don't have to say full Native American, but I talk about being a native a lot. Hey, these are my earrings. I'm native. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got badass earrings on every day because I'm fucking native. You know, I am consistently saying that word to labelize me and my people. So when she said Indian, I can't even lie. Like, I was surprised I was able to say as much as I did because I was just like, I'm not even kidding. I thought about it. Yeah, like, is she? Am I tripping? She's a fucking bitch, right? Like, that's, yeah. It was a trip, but damn, that was a hell of a thought on the way home. Yeah, but I think it was just because I was like literally dumbfounded.
Yeah.
That shit.
It was a
took
blonde
me.
moment.
Mhm.
That's crazy though. But I haven't encountered it yet. My son hasn't encountered it either. Hopefully he doesn't. But Lord Jesus knows know why.
Dude, I used to get all of it. Anything as long as it wasn't full black, I got it. In Nebraska for sure. You know, spick, wetback, all of this. Indian, I didn't get the stereo. I didn't know that natives were generally stereotyped as being alcoholics and addicts and the men are fucking whores and, you know, like, I didn't know. I knew that we were sexualized, but I didn't know the stereotypes that existed. So Nebraska literally blew my mind to where I was, oh my God. I was just like, but I'm not even, you know, I don't even come from India or like, it was just such a bizarre world for me to like step into. And having sideburns for sure didn't help in my case at all. Like,
That's crazy.
girl, they're wild out there. They are wild, but they also got some, like, they're pretty. It's a pretty blue state. It's just like I lived in a super small town, like less than 2,000. You know, super small. So yeah, backwoods as fuck. And the people that aren't backwoods and are maybe more progressive, get the fuck out of there. So it just becomes like a black hole of the same values. You know what I mean?
Some bullshit, though. Good thing I haven't encountered that yet.
Girl, one of my good friends, like, I loved this girl throughout, and I didn't like a lot of people in Nebraska, but I loved this girl from, like, 7th grade and on. And she came from a very wealthy family. Keep in mind, I am a ward of the state at this time. I'm living with my aunt, and I'm living without her family, you know, and my family's already been split up. It was just 2 of my sisters out there. And this bitch was living a cushiony life. And she had both her parents. Like, I'd see her dad come in and just, like, check in on her and just be like, this bitch has got it all. Look, she's got a dad that cares, you know, and a dope-ass house with, she lived on, I don't even know how many acres. Her family did ag, so they were fucking loaded. And they were a house, they had cousins everywhere. So I can't even say her name, but her last name is fucking known out there. Like, this bitch comes from a...
Brothers?
Yeah, but you don't want them. Trust me, you do not want them. But anyway, so I remember going to her house and stuff, and I used to love going to her house because they had 4-wheelers. They had fucking everything, dude. It was dope. They had, like, the Wii when it was brand new and shit. You know, for a poor-ass kid like me, I was like, what? Sick. And on her family's farm, it's very known Nebraska outsources a lot to other countries for labor. And so there's huge pockets of Mexicans, of Somalians, of fuck, Nepalese, like, dude, they have major corporations out there, so they have huge recruiting. And a lot of these people are not documented. They are maybe here on a work visa, and if it expired, people tend to just, like, smudge it, so they stay, right? Illegals working on her family's farm. She saw them every day, interacted with them, and you know how just people from different cultures already, especially at that time if you were coming from Mexico, already like on point with learning simple, like, hello, how are you doing? You know, to be polite, to kind of create that. And I would go there. I loved these guys. Some of them were funny. You know, being there reminded me of California, of hearing Spanish being spoken, and I'm not the only fucking bronzed one around, you know? So it was two different experiences, but this bitch grew up with this on her land. And tell me why, like, as an adult, she's completely against immigrants. Like, fucking wants to close the border. She was all with Trump, all with build the wall, all this bullshit. And it's like, bitch, from the time you were, like, born, bro, from the time you guys moved into that house and had illegals working on your farm, you've been around them. And they never did shit. Like, but make your family fucking money, take their small-ass stipend home. So it's shit like that kind of thinking that exists out there. Of they can see it, but they don't see it. They're around it all the time, but the empathy is not there. It's fucking psycho shit. You know, I remember, like trying to talk with her and being like, do you realize how, like, ignorant and lack of just basic empathy. What have these people done to make you be like, oh, fuck illegals, fuck immigrants, fuck people trying to come over here? But you're cool with them, or like, I don't fucking get, I don't understand, you know? And it was one of the most unintelligible conversations I've had with someone. Like, it burned me out for a long time of even trying to see somebody else's perspective. Because, like, after that, I was just like, no, you're fucking wrong. You're stupid. You're wrong. Everything you do is wrong, and I hate you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get past that and, like, still have conversations with people. But girl, out there, like, Midwest don't play. You got to go to the cities that have diversity. And there are some. And, like, really close to where I lived. In fact, when I went to, like, the city called Madison, I was like, what the fuck? Like, this existed, like, an hour away from where I grew up. And there's, like, actually, it's where a plant was, a Tyson chicken plant. And it had tons of elite, like, immigrants coming to work there. So it had a huge culture, like, diverse culture in the small-ass fucking Nebraska town. You know what I mean? It was the dopest shit ever. Like, it just felt like home to me. And I was so pissed that I didn't find it in high school. I was like, dude, I could have gone to high school here. Like, I could have had an entirely different high school career if I would have gone somewhere that had fucking brown people or anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That's
it was traumatizing.
Crazy. Good thing I was born, well, not born, but, like, raised in LA.
In California, dude. Already, like, in certain parts. But you were in South Central, so
it's full of
already
my people, yeah.
Yeah, but like other cultures too. Like, I'm telling you, some of these people, like on a daily basis, they don't see any Indians. They don't see black people every day. They see maybe the one or two that are in town that might, and that's a rarity. You know, like in the town I was in, the only two black kids were younger kids that were adopted from somewhere else, and then they grew up, and they were there in, like, second or third grade. You know, like, too young for me to care, but that was it.
No, LA has little... I like LA because it has
little... You see Asians, you see fucking...
Yeah,
you see
and
everybody.
Each one of them has a small little, like, little space of, like, okay... Well, because I don't know, knock on wood. Because I ain't trying to... I swear to God, I think if I have that encounter, I'll be in shock first, but then I'll be like, bitch, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
Like, this is the look where you should run. Or
yeah.
Like, keep walking, because...
And it's like a pretty tame... Indian is tame. You know, like you gotta be up on some knowledge to really take offense, I guess, or something like that. You know what I mean? Because that's how we were referred at to. You know, even though it's a huge misconception, we were known as Indians for a long time. Native is I guess, the more polite label. So it's like different. You know what I mean? Like, she felt the need to ask if that was hurtful, to where I was still like, if you have to ask, don't you think that it is? Like, wouldn't you assume? If you have to ask, is that offensive? It might
like,
be.
Really?
98% of the time, it probably is. Yeah.
But shit, like, fuck.
It was fucking weird. It was
Retarded
uncomfortable.
as fuck. Anyways, okay, so yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. People, this is why I hate people.
I know, right?
I hate them with all my guts.
Yeah.
Well, hate is a strong word, but I do hate them.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not strong enough.
Yeah, I'd rather just
loathe entirely. Yeah.
That's true though.
Yeah.
That is that is true.
You got to get creative. That's what I found out. You got to get creative with your wordplay. And then you can make shit really sting. Like, I think that's my favorite defense mechanism that I've acquired, is I like to, like, check people, but check them in ways with, like, words so that they got to think about it. Be like, what does that mean? What does this bitch say? Yeah, that's my favorite, dude.
Am I stupid?
Am I stupid?
Yeah. Karen, you let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Get creative with it. It's fun. It's fun playing with words.
I can't though. I gotta fight.
Girl, you're bilingual. You're already smart as shit.
I'm like, I gotta fight you.
Yeah, right?
It's crazy.
Go to that headspace.
Yeah, but no, I haven't encountered anything yet. I calmed down, so I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I handle myself pretty well now. Instead of talking shit back, I just like, okay, have a nice day. That makes them more mad.
That does, and I know that. I'm not in a space where I can operate like that anymore, you know? I think I blame quarantine mostly for my loss of, filter. Like, a bitch can't filter herself anymore. We were locked inside for a long ass time. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and just being with, like, my family, it was super tough to where, like, especially with my sister and shit, you know, like, shit would just, it's like word vomit. You can't stop it. And that's what happens in my everyday life. Like, it's Friday, for instance, or anytime I get into an altercation with somebody, I can't, like, stop myself from being like, oh, fuck, that sounded harsher than I meant. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I just can't control it.
True. I don't know.
I can't.
That's crazy. Sorry,
See.
I thought I heard the kids.
I think you did.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
Right?
But anyways, yes. Okay. And I know my team lost, so don't fucking rub it in.
Was that today?
Yes.
Oh.
1-0. Fuck.
Damn.
I know they lost the fucking first game of the fucking season. You
I
fucking
don't keep up with
dickheads.
football, but I know how
sorry.
painful that is. No, that's okay. I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
I love football.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not one of those people that can, like, sit down and watch a whole game, but I love that highlights are a thing. You know what I mean? Like, I could fuck with that. I always used to in high school with ESPN's little highlight shit. Yeah.
I mean, it gets pretty intense, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so we're gonna. I was gonna say something. I forgot. So. Fuck.
We'll cut this out.
We could cut this out. No, they could fucking. Different topic.
Well, we were originally talking about mental health,
Oh yeah.
which would be dope to get a man in here and, like, talk about
Yeah.
mental health.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we could
From their perspective, you know?
Yeah, we could either
speculate.
have that whoever volunteers to do it,
Yeah.
or which I don't know who might have.
My man might. And then maybe homeboy that's always at downtown.
Oh.
Not Umaro Nu.
No,
Whatever.
okay, yeah, I know.
That
what you're talking
one.
about.
But the
other
two.
one?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
He's a good conversationalist.
he is.
Like
Whoever,
Lisa, yeah.
Whoever volunteers as a guy, and we should have two guys because
Yeah.
everybody's different on how they cope. So maybe worms or and then somebody else. I don't know. We might ask around and see.
Yeah.
So that way, but yeah, maybe we could cope with that and shit and see.
Or get like a man's perspective on what their
You know
path
what I'm gonna do?
has been like.
What I could do is, or we both could do is just either go on our social medias and ask like, hey, how do, like you as a man, obviously it's gonna be anonymous and shit.
Yeah.
Because as long as you want your shit out there, and I have brothers, my
Oh,
brothers
yeah,
are not
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
open with it, but I think I know one might, which is my other brother. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, we could definitely have that.
We could play
So
with
that
Zoom
way-
too.
Yeah,
Like
we
a
could do
Zoom
the
call
Zoom
in or
call,
something.
or just like speakerphone or whatever the fuck you guys want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely do that. Due to the fact that hopefully a lot of guys see this.
Yeah.
Like
And
open
fuck with
up.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like open up and shit.
Talk about it. Yeah, I want to talk to a man and see what it's looked like, or see
His
where
life
they're
is-
at
yeah,
on their
because you gotta
journey.
Yeah, because like we were saying in the other episode, guys, there's certain type of guys. There's guys that like cope with different and also are different than other guys. So like relationship wise, they might think different.
Yeah.
Depression wise, might think different or might cope different or might do different shit.
Yeah.
And anxiety too. So
Yeah.
we have to cover all that up,
Yeah.
and then get emotional and fucking deep with that shit. Whoever comes by.
Yeah, and just make space. Like, I'm so big on that, of making space for people who need it, or maybe like there's a lot of guys out there who aren't on a path to healing, and maybe it manifests in ways that they don't fucking know. But when they watch a podcast or they watch other people talk about it, it sparks something. You know what I mean? Like, everybody needs a push, and it would be super
Yeah.
fantastic to provide the platform for that
Yeah, just like
conversation.
Yeah, it is, and it's pretty legit because that way they could like just give advice out there. If
Yeah.
whoever wants to take it, take it. If you don't, then don't.
Yeah, then scroll right
not
past
gonna-
it.
yeah.
Don't be mean.
Yeah, like whoever wants to take it, take it, and if you don't, don't.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
True.
And then we could talk about, I don't know, deep shit,
Yeah.
whatever you want to fucking talk about. But yeah.
I would love that. That would be a dope.
We should do it probably next episode.
Well, I would love to get Lisa.
Lisa first,
And-
and then the guys.
Yeah. I would like to have our first guest be a woman. That would be dope. And who better than her? She's fantastic.
Yeah, we'll probably.
I'm really excited to talk to her because she does a lot of shit and a lot of cool shit. Like, she's a badass on the Visalia
yeah,
scene. You know what I mean? And with providing resources and shit, like, oh my God, I'm all about
It's not gonna
that.
be all about like all that crazy shit. We might ask her some spicy, juicy questions too.
Yeah.
Be like, okay.
Yeah.
So it could be like a little mixture of like, like
Real shit, fun
real
shit,
fun shit. Yeah.
thought shit, maybe.
Like, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see
That would
what's
be
up.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the poet that we saw, like, there's a lot of people to just talk to in this town.
Yeah, in this town because they don't have. I think, hopefully, if we make it, which we are, this will be their, the space to talk.
Yeah.
that they don't have in Visalia.
Well, it's one more. Yeah, for women.
their
I know
voice.
that there's some dope people out here doing podcasts like my man's friend Gemini and Absurd, but like for women, it's missing. So I love to put on like Visalia's artists, like the female artists that are out here doing shit, what the fuck they're going through, because God knows we could all use like a space to get some shit off our chests, let the world know, who the fuck we are, what the fuck we're going through.
And what we do.
Yeah, and what the fuck we do as women. Yeah. In this town, in this little piece of of our world, of the world. Just let people know what the fuck's going on here. It's dope.
Yeah, I know. Pretty much.
Yeah. And then maybe get some people from LA. You could hook it up with some.
I could probably do either their punk asses ain't gonna come all the way over here. They're fucking dickheads. Or what we could do is, what I could do is just have him on Zoom and just record the Zoom and stuff like that, and then we could do that.
Yeah, that would be
like
dope.
Schedule
a time, and then we could hop on it.
Yeah, manage it. So that's something I could do. But hopefully, I could get some of my people.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Because I have a few homegirls, a few friends. I'm not gonna say homegirls, but a few friends that do that and stuff. I have a friend that it's a good friend of my brother's. And oh my God, that girl.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
She's fun.
She's fun, yeah, but she was one of those sweet, never hurt a fly.
Yeah.
Like, she was the sweetest girl you will ever met in high school. When I met her, so innocent, so sweet. She couldn't even hurt a fly. Oh my God. And then as soon as she went to, she got out of high school and stuff like that.
She blossomed.
She turned into like a badass. Like,
yeah.
Like when my brother told me that she was gonna join the police academy of LA, and I'm like, she's not gonna fucking make it. I'm like, have you seen her?
Oh my God, it's the little ones, yo.
She's shorter than me, and she was very, very skinny. And I look at her now, and I'm like, how did you turn into the sweetest
shitty career? But okay,
she did it for a good reason though. She's this one type of like, I'm gonna join, something to change my community.
Yeah. So
that way they don't feel that people from other fucking cities that don't know us, like, are becoming cops, and then they don't know nothing about these streets, and they're acting all type. So that's why I think she joined it. Yeah. But
so heart in the right place. Yeah.
Her heart was in, and she still is in, and it's a go. So I think that's why she joined it, because she wanted to help out her community of LA, and she wanted to stay in her community. So I give her mad props for that. But God, I'm like, dude, I mean, I'm short, right? But she's like, I think we're kind of the same height, if I'm not mistaken. But she's so skinny and stuff. And then I'm like, damn, you became into a badass cop.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, fearless. So I'm like, I'm liking this.
Yeah.
I'm liking this. So, yeah. So I think her, I probably might have something.
Okay.
So that way she could tell us about why, all those things and stuff. Because trust me, being a cop,
story to tell,
being a cop in LA is very, very hard. And for her to do it, shit, my props.
Yeah.
Because our city is not, it's not.
It's LA.
Fucking, like a saint and shit. It's the worst. Not the worst, but.
Girl, you don't gotta tell me. Yeah, there's corruption. Like, there's fucking killings, police killings. There's fucking
like
LA riots existed.
Like, it's a beautiful city, yes, but.
Oh hell yeah!
I think most of the part is that when people come in and try to try to think that they know LA, but they don't.
Yeah.
Those type of people is the people that we don't want there. Because, dude, like, it's our city. We're going to defend it, whether you like it or not. You're coming over here and fucking, judging us and shit like that when you don't know nothing about
Like
it.
tourists. They're just fucking
Yeah,
tourists
like,
in the city.
motherfucker,
Yeah.
no, you're not gonna tell us what the fuck our city is and what it's doing. Like, we know what the fuck it's doing,
Yeah.
but we're doing it for a reason, stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know, but it's like whatever. But yeah, I think that's why she joined it too.
Yeah. That's dope.
So it's like,
I just fucking hate police, but
I
I understand
Me too.
why.
Don't get me wrong.
I
me too.
understand why people are. It's got
There's
you know the
good
union.
cops and bad cops, you know.
Yeah.
So I honestly wanted to join the police academy.
Oh, yeah,
for
that's
the same
right.
fucking reason.
Yeah.
Because I wanted, like, hey, like, you know, I come from the
I
hood.
forgot about that. Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that, and like I wanted to change my community and be like, hey, like, oh, like, she's not gonna do nothing to me because I know her. You know, and yes, I understand, like, you know, like, just because you know a person or you know them, like, they're not gonna be all nice, you know, like, in the streets, like, oh, now you're a fucking cop, like, I'm not gonna talk to you because you became a pig, like, those type of, they still don't fucking grow up, you know, but like, that's why I wanted to become a cop, because I wanted to change it and like do like, it's just so many corrupt cops out there and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, like, whoa. So that's why I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I want to become it and see.
You
But
get
she
on the
did,
other
though.
side, yeah.
She did, and she's still doing it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, down.
That's like the same with me fucking going to school for law. You know, like, if there's one thing I fucking hate, it's American justice system. And we know that it doesn't work, but, like, to get inside of it. And, you know, like, we can't change the whole thing overnight, but we could, it's like a chess game, you know? You gotta, like, position yourself. So I hate the law so much. I've seen it fuck up, you know, obviously with my family and my family history. I've seen stupid shit. And to, like, get in and know all the way it works and, like, know all the fucking codes. I want to know all that shit. So, yeah, so I am not a fucking victim of it.
About all the fucking police codes and everything like that.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I'm gonna get that shit.
Not just that, I would also love to learn, like, tax shit. I want to know how these fucking millionaires, billionaires and shit, what's your tax write-offs? How are you...
They don't pay that.
Well, they don't pay them, but they also get a lot of breaks. Like, that's why there's so many... Girl, don't get me started. That's why there's so many fucking churches in this goddamn country, because people buy them up. Kris Jenner she owns a church. And all that is a tax-free safe haven to put your money into. You know what I mean? And they do this on American soil, and everybody does it. And if you have a church, it's tax-free. That's huge. You don't have to pay taxes.
I'm a
Girl. I don't know if I'd want
church.
to own one, but that's why you have these cult leaders and shit too. Like, they're able to do it. They're able to fund fucking churches, and
I think
it's
I
insane.
will open up a church, but yet
Vicelia's got that huge Catholic one.
to
Oh
not
my god!
fucking pay taxes, but to also help my people and be like, nah, bro.
Look at how many churches are here in this town. You've been in here. You drive on like the mega church fucking side of town, you know, at like Acres and shit. That's one of the mega churches. And then if you go on the opposite side of Acres, there's even more. Like, you literally can't escape them in this town. I wonder why. Learning law and like learning the justice system.
So that's why I think I should bring her in, try to ask and see if she wants to, like, you know.
Yeah, I just want to hear from people doing shit. Like, literally anything. People that are actually doing things. You know what I mean? Because it's really easy to just sit on your ass and want to do things and have dreams that you just never even grasp at.
I asked my brother too, because he's a interior designer and shit.
Ooh.
And then I also have my cousin that's a barber and my brother that's a barber.
There you go. I bet they got stories.
Pretty sure they do. Oh.
Hell yeah.
Who else do I have? You know what I also want to do and talk about?
What?
It's like how people could change their lives.
Yeah.
Like, from like
doing shit, girl.
From doing shit like gangbangers, you know?
Yeah.
And like what changed them, and because I know they see a lot of shit. And then also gay people.
Yeah.
Single mothers, obviously I'm one.
Yeah.
Single dads. So basically, like, talk about like that shit, because all I hear is like, well, the guy does this, and then well, the girl. It's like
Yeah.
we're
Just different perspectives,
different
I think.
perspectives. Like, you know,
is
it's
what
not
we want.
always the guy. Maybe the girl did something wrong, or maybe the
Oh,
guy.
hell
It's not
yeah.
always the girl. It's probably the guy that did something. You know.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's crazy how shit happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's pretty. We could do that. We could do all that shit, you know.
Mhm.
And we'll see who.
Talk about some thought shit, yeah.
Yeah, it's smoke weed. Well, some people don't smoke, but
That's true.
I think smoking weed and just talking, it brings us fucking be like, oh yeah, chill vibes. Like, we're gonna talk about some real shit here.
Yeah, fuck.
Who knows?
We can. We do. Like, shit.
Yeah,
We're
shit,
talking about
shit.
fucking Visalia.
I
That touches on some
know.
deep shit, though.
I know.
Perfect for fall, y'all. Like, spooky stories that actually happened here in town. You know,
Oh,
wacky.
no, we don't want to. No, girl. I might live under some shit or over it.
Some Sleepy Hollow shit.
Now I'm fucking. Now I'm curious about looking into myself. I'm gonna do that shit. Probably do that shit
For
tonight
real. Yeah.
and see.
Visalia and
I'm pretty sure we have a town
Slavery.
library that has.
records and shit. Yeah, I don't.
Records
Yeah, you
and
might have
shit.
to pay for the archives online, actually.
We don't have a library. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
there's a library here in town.
Maybe I'm pretty sure we could
Yeah.
ask him. Be like, do you guys have old books, old files of this town?
Yeah. Dude, in Nebraska, in Plainview, I used to fucking. I was all in the. And it was a small library, but I was in there damn near every day. And I did come across, like, old Plainview news, and it was insane. They had everything. It was a fucking trip. So I'm all about. I love history.
Same.
And I love it even more when it's about, like, towns that I'm in. And I've noticed, like, I always fucking live in towns that just have mad history. Every town I've lived in. Santa Maria, too. Like, mad history. That's right off the El Camino Trail. Like, it's insane. And it's always where fucking genocides have happened of some sort. I don't know how the fuck. Yeah, it's a trip.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow, I'm gonna have to look in that.
Mm-hmm.
My history teacher looking at me like, bet you never paid attention.
Yeah. There's, like, so much shit. Dude, did you know that there's pictographs or, like, ancient native drawings up in Sequoia at a popular spot? Like, it's so fucking, it's, like, barely inside the entrance of Sequoia National Park.
No.
Yeah. Dope. All the Indians that had to fucking, their ancestral grounds and shit. It's a trip.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We're going to have to go up there. I'll show you where it's at. It's dope. It's right next to a dope waterfall. It's called Hospital Rock. And it's like, it gets super, not so much in the fall. And like, well, kind of. It's become a pretty busy park. But it didn't always used to be. But it's right next to like this parking lot. So it's like right across the street from a rest stop. And it's just fucking insane. Like, it gives me, like, it makes me sad almost every time I go. Because it's right, like, literally right on the other side of the roadway. But it's dope to see. You can touch it. Like, and they've got, what did you do when you went up there?
Where? Rocky Hill?
To Sequoia National Park?
Where's that at?
You've been up there to the mountains? You've been through, have you?
I've been through Tres Rios. Is that over there?
The Three Rivers? Yeah, and then it's just past that. So you got to go through all of Three Rivers.
I think I have.
And then you go through, like, this little toll booth thing. And then you go on a, like, windy.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah,
All the
so
way up.
you
like-
went all the way up?
Yeah, where there's like per rocks and shit, like big rocks and stuff like that. I don't know if that's the river.
Did you see the trees?
Yeah, there's a lot of trees.
The, like, sequoia trees, the huge ones that are fat as fuck. You went all the way up there?
Yeah.
So you probably passed by Hospital Rock then. It's just a rest stop. But if you cross, like, the rest stop is on, if my vape is the road, the rest stop is right here, and you cross the road, and then here's where the pictographs are, and then it goes down through this really beautiful, like, rock
I think-
stair path.
I think
where a
so.
waterfall is.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've been, and it's like you got to go underneath like a cave thing
Yeah.
almost. Yeah, so that's Hospital Rock. Actually, if you walk up to this big rock, it's got the red pictographs, like ancient paintings that were on there by, I believe, like the Yurok
I think
tribe.
I take a picture.
Yeah,
I'll show you the pictures. I think.
girl.
I'm
And
sure you
then not far away from that is, and they're all over. It's Hospital Rock just has one, but if you go deeper in the park and
Yeah.
shit, you have these holes in the granite boulders, you know?
Picture of it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that was like they would mash acorns and all that stuff. Like, this is fucking how the people lived before these motherfucking colonizers came and
That's
changed the fucking
crazy.
landscape. And it's right there on the other side of the highway. Like, that's fucking... Okay.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, if it's a state park, you're
We're
good.
talking about national parks. I don't
Yeah,
know.
oh,
I
shit.
didn't know they were federal.
Yeah, and I've known, dude, because when you go to Sequoia, so many people come from all over the world to go there. So I've sat and talked with like Swedish scientists who up at Wolverton were putting a weather balloon. They were, yeah, you know, like, and we just went there to fuck around in the snow, and nobody else was there but this duo of scientists. They were putting a weather balloon up, you know, so we got to see this huge thing, the kids and I and my ex, and it was really dope. But I have that every time I go. I'll be at a bench at one of the rest areas and strike up conversation with somebody, and they're just fucking like, just got a dope story, or you know, like
That's crazy.
really cool shit.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. You
But-
could get arrested for smoking at the park.
Yeah, so that's the thing is that
I'm
when we were
still
there,
thinking,
yeah,
like, what
when we were there, we met these kids. Man, they were like, fuck, they were probably like 19, 20.
Shut up.
And we had told them we were at this. I think it might have been Hospital Rock, but we were there. You know, we were fucking blazing, and we were telling them like, hey, just so you know, like, we usually only like do a piece and like a metal one at that too, a metal piece and weed, and we keep the herb like wrapped up tight as soon as we hit the park, you know, because the rangers be out here. So just so you know, like, just word to the wise, you know, passing it on, because they didn't know either. So we were like, yeah, you know, if you get caught with it and shit, that's what's gonna happen. And yeah, then they did end up fucking getting caught. Like, they went camping, I think, because we didn't find out about it. We had exchanged socials or something, and we didn't find out about it until like maybe a week or two later, because these kids went up and they were camping, and they were on like a 4 or 5 day camp, and yeah, a fucking ranger pulled up on them, and they got searched. He found the weed, and they got the fucking. I don't know if it ever actually went through, but they were at first charged with felonies.
This was before Mary Jane was.
It was right at. It was not right after. No, this was 2019, 2018.
Okay, so it was not legalized.
Yeah,
yet,
it's
right?
legalized in 2016, or I think, or 2015, something like that.
So
But
even if it was legal,
doesn't matter. Yeah, it's totally legal once you're on the outside of the
National
federal land. Yeah, if you get searched and shit, and they find the weed.
I know that
yeah,
national parks were.
yeah,
federal.
girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah.
For those that didn't know, now
Word
y'all
to the
know,
wise.
Because so that
Keep
means
that shit
LA
hidden. Keep it on lock.
LA has a
Be
lot
smart.
of national.
They have a lot of
parks.
state parks.
So we can't get arrested for that, right?
No, you won't. Nothing will
Okay.
happen. It's legal.
Okay, because
It's a California state
motherfucker
law.
be smoking up there.
Yeah, no, you're good as long as it's a. You have to just pay attention to that.
National parks.
National parks.
If it
it's a
says
no-go.
national,
Yeah, national.
I'm over here thinking if my favorite park, where the view is at, is a national park, or
What is it?
because there's this. I'm not gonna, but it's it's a pretty nice view, and it has a park of LA. And I don't know if it says national or
Is it like Runyon
I
Canyon?
don't know.
That's like north. Maybe northeast LA. Runyon Canyon by like the Griffith Observatory.
That's Griffith Park.
Kind of, but Runyon Canyon is the
It's a
canyon
little
that
bit
goes, it like cuts
No, that's a different
LA
one.
from.
That's a different one. I think so. I think it might be, but I don't know. I just know how to get there.
Okay, okay, fair enough.
But there's still a lot of. Damn, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't think it's federal owned. I think it's state owned.
LA has
Hopefully
a lot
it
of
is.
state, yeah.
Hopefully.
I think
hopefully.
even
I'm
Runyon
like,
is
damn,
state.
I could have got fucking arrested. Gotta get back.
Yeah, it's like when you go north, when you're like hitting almost like the, what is it? The Calabasas fucking onto Ventura. When you're hitting those.
Oh no, we're not. No, we're girl. No, we
Girl,
don't
that's
even
the
pass
whole
through
area
that.
I had to go through when I would go to LA. I was living at the coast and I had to go to LA.
Yeah, no.
I would have to take the 101 all the way south.
Yeah, we
and then
took
hit
the
like the
101,
405.
but we never
and
hit
shit.
the Calabasas. Nah.
Yeah,
The
girl,
farthest
but
that we did was Beverly Hills, and that's it.
yeah. So when you go that way, though, it's super mountainy. Like,
Yeah, because all the fucking stars live over there and shit.
yeah, and it's
Rich
like
people.
hard to develop land. But when you do it, you know, you need expensive ass housing on it. So, like when you go through that, that's where you get national parks. I'm pretty sure you pass through one, and it's like a
All the
beach
rich
one.
people
You know
and
what I
shit.
mean? Yeah.
Where all the fucking rich people are at,
Mm-hmm.
basically. Okay, no.
I know, and when you go there, it's like, I don't know, it's the worst. You know that
gotta
they're
go to
riding
LA
with
one
better
day.
fucking,
We gotta go to LA one day.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm down.
I'll fucking show you
I'm
my
hella
routes,
fucking down.
My fucking show you my views and everything, girl.
Okay.
Shit. Sorry.
I would be so
I
down.
get excited.
I would be so down.
We should do it a weekend.
Girl,
Fucking work
we
on a
never have.
fucking-
It's got to be a holiday.
Should be a fucking holiday. I know. That's crazy.
I wonder what they would do if we were both like, no, we both need this day off. We absolutely need this day off.
Nothing. They'll probably make one of us work. Pretty sure Michael ain't gonna fucking. Sorry. Ah, shit. I have to cut that off.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure. I don't think so. I don't think he.
I would be down as fuck. Because I remember, like I told you about my sisters and our girls' trip to LA. And like night 1, amazing. Night 2, sucked ass. Like the rest of the trip was fucked after that night. You know, like it was just a terrible time. And I remember that day we were, or I think it was the third day, maybe the last day. Because we were supposed to stay for 4 or something. And we went home at like 11 p.m. We were like, are we fucking done with this shit? Are we done with LA right now? And we're like, yeah, we're done. We're ready to go home. But like my favorite part was just driving through LA because we ended up, I think we were just having a shitty time. I was smoking cigarettes back then. My sister and I both did. And so we were like outside of our hotel, smoking cigarettes, talking, decompressing about the fucking
Well, let's tell the truth.
shit. Girl, a
don't
popular
know.
one.
A rich one?
The Dixie? No, it's like, it's budget friendly, but like just above
Dixie.
a local. It's, I think it's in Hollywood, somewhere over there.
Some shit that I don't even fucking know.
Yeah, but we went, I know I've stayed at like the Best Western and when I was chefing out there, but for this specific time, like, that was just my favorite. All the times I've been to LA, I just love driving through the city. Like, that's more of
Oh yeah,
an
that's why I love
experience.
driving now, girl. Oh my goodness.
Because I mean, kind of, I could do without the fucking freeway traffic, you know?
No, I like driving to this at night through LA because you see the city, you see the lights, and you just feel
It comes to life, yeah.
Yeah, it goes to life, and you just feel the fucking adrenaline, like
Yeah,
this
I would
is
love to go to a,
fucking crazy.
yeah, like a overlook spot, you know? Or like Mulholland Drive. I know in Grand Theft Auto, that shit looked dope looking over the city from that road or
Oh,
whatever.
girl, now I'll show you all the views. Don't
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I want.
worry.
And then I wanna
The
do
hidden
like
gems and everything, and, like dead ass. And then there's and what abandoned zoo too.
uh-huh.
That it was a zoo, and now it's all fucking
Empty.
it's
Well,
just-
don't take me to any haunted places because I'm sensitive
No,
to
no,
that
no,
shit.
no, no, no. We're not gonna fucking go in the fucking.
But you know
night.
what's fucked?
We get lost. Well,
Oh yeah, it killed too. Because I watched when my best friend came from Nebraska and her man, they're super into like murder podcast shit. So they wanted to go to like all that. So I did the research and I was like, okay, this is the list of places and whatever. So
we're in LA.
yeah, and even that was like dope.
I was just go down the street. There's a lot of.
Oh, I
fucking
know,
murder
but
shit.
they want like the fucking American Horror Story house and
Okay, just go
the
down the
Cecil
street and
Hotel.
You will see a fucking
yeah, they got to
RIP
see
every
Skid
fucking-
Row, and I was like, that's right.
Okay, if you want to see like where
I know,
people got
we ain't
murdered,
trying to
you
be
go
bitch
walk
slap.
all around LA.
We're trying to
In
do
each
the
corner,
history route.
each fucking shit. That's what you
Yeah.
want to do.
But then we got like, I don't know if it's that or my sisters or another
I'ma take
time.
you
We
down
went
Figueroa,
through,
too.
yeah, because, I've been down Figueroa. I told you I did a catering thing at, what was it, like 47th
the
or
strippers
something,
at?
and
Strippers, what the fuck? Where all the
Slauson. No. It reminds me of series, so like it's also LA's streets are like jam-packed. So it's a lot to like take in. Like the amount of times I got lost in that city, dude. Alone. When I'd be like on lunch, dude. Yeah.
You were like, where am I? I'm lost.
Yeah, but see, the great thing too about LA is that people are used to people driving like jackasses. So, like me fucking whipping in, pulling a hard right or something is not incredibly out of the norm.
But we
Everybody
do use those
adjusts.
signals.
Yeah.
We do. This fucking town, they don't know what the fuck a fucking signal left or right
Girl, you
is.
should see them when it rains.
And I'm like, just motherfucker. Oh, especially white fucking people. Pisses me the fuck off. Like, turn on your fucking signal. It's not
Always
gonna
in a
cost
bins,
you
too.
your fucking light bill, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you I'm like, you drive a rich ass fucking car.
Or Tesla.
The sim-
I know it.
pisses
Don't
me
I
off.
know it?
And then they turn it when they turn
when they're
it on
already there.
when they're already fucking turning. Like, what the fuck? I already fucking crashed
Yeah.
into you, and you already turned it on.
Yeah.
You fuck.
I would be.
Fucking
Oh
hate
my
it.
god, dude, that would be.
Pisses me the fuck
Yeah,
off.
but to like go to LA though, oh my god, I could do it. I could do another LA trip. It's been long enough,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Probably have my family throw a fucking barbecue and stuff and see how we get
Like
down.
kick back. Yeah. Yeah, that would be dope
See
as
if you
shit.
can handle it.
Not drinking. We know this.
Yeah,
but I
you
could
know,
eat, girl.
One thing I'm gonna tell you: if you're watching this, if I ever invite you to a family party, okay, and you haven't met my fucking family, don't fucking drink, don't get drunk, because dead on, they're gonna be fucking laughing at your ass, and you're gonna be the fucking joke of the whole fucking month. My family will fucking talk about you and still laugh at what the fuck you did.
See, that's beautiful though. I'm okay
It's
with
just
that. I
like,
think that's been me
fuck.
so many times. It's
Like,
okay.
If we do something stupid at a party, yeah, damn right, we're gonna make fun of that whole fucking month until other shit happens.
Yeah.
And you're not the topic.
But see, we make people laugh.
And
Like the
it's
story
like-
still makes people
Yeah,
laugh.
that's true.
It's okay to be the butt of the joke sometimes. That's
But
fine.
my family will fucking laugh at
Annihilate
your
you?
face. It's just like, dude, like, what happened?
It depends on what the fuck you do, Like if it's just
happened?
about sleeping, then it's
Or
like,
they
wow,
were asking
man,
me, like,
upgrade
hey,
your
what's up
humor.
with your friend? What happened to her? And I'm like, don't go down. That's embarrassing. I'm like, yeah.
She's not a fucking Indian. She can't hold her liquor. No.
Like, that's crazy. They won't care about your thing. They'll be like, no.
No, I'm
pues,
kidding.
Wow, la niña no, like, they would say some stupid random shit like,
Yeah.
I thought you were tough. I thought you could handle it. Huh? I'm like, damn. It's like,
I ain't never said I was tough, and I never said I could handle it.
It's crazy. So I'm like, fuck, my family will make fun of you if you do something stupid. My family comes out as intimidating, but once you get to know them and sit down and talk to them, especially when they're drunk, like you don't get disrespect for stuff like that, or like you're cool about it, like they won't obviously like
Yeah.
but like my family could be very very fun. The fucking stories I could tell you about my fucking family parties. Shit.
Yeah.
We'll get to
I would, that sounds dope as fuck though.
Shh.
Even if I fuck up.
Stories. I think
I'm
if
excited
I have
already.
One of my uncles tell it because they get so into it when they fucking tell their stories, and it's like, damn, motherfucker. But it's funny. It's till this day, like,
Yeah.
if we sit down, I kid you not, like I hear my uncles talk about stories that I have heard so many fucking times.
Yeah.
They're still fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
The way they fucking react,
Storytellers.
everything and
Yeah.
shit.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
like, damn, bro, you get all into it and shit like it was yesterday. But it's like, but it gets crazy. I like it. But we'll see.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm gonna record my uncles and stuff talking about their stories.
Oh fuck yeah.
Or like one of my family gatherings.
Mhm.
Like we could do a vlog.
Dude, that's what I was just gonna say. We should just take the set up there.
Block it, yeah.
Yeah.
To LA and just have people fucking talk.
This is
You can
it.
meet my friends and shit.
Mhm. Just fucking big ass kickback. Hell yeah.
You really want that? Do you want that?
Girl, you haven't met my
Come on,
family.
Zach.
Come on now. Come on now. I'm the tame one. I swear to God.
Okay, we'll see.
I got some loud ass I got some abrasive ass motherfuckers in my family.
I'll see.
It's like it's not all love all the time, like no. I can handle it.
Yeah, my abuelita, like she's an abuelita, so we'll see how that goes. No, but yeah, one of these days I'll invite you and shit. When we're having a big party.
Hell yeah.
See what's up with
That would be fun.
So we'll think about it. Anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to take you to the coast. Just my two sisters are enough, dude. Like, I swear to God.
But we'll see. Anyways, what were we talking about? I forgot.
Me too. We were talking about spooky shit? Or lost shit?
Okay, that's all right, folks.
Ah!
We high as fuck.
We are high as fuck. What time is it?
8:08, 8:09. It's a good time.
That's a good time.
Okay. So, all right, folks. The happy hour's over.
Yeah.
So, we're going to get stepping. Because
Mm-hmm.
I work tomorrow.
I work tomorrow, too.
Oh, shit, I Clovis? Ah, shit. Anyways.
Okay. All right.
That's
well,
it, guys.
That's it.
For today, for the podcast. And thanks for joining.
As always, I'm Michelle.
I'm Angie.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.